Hey, my name is Scooter, and welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for 2 weeks at this point. Again, sorry for that. Again, as I said in the description of my last video, I just had a lot of stuff going on. First week I was gone, I said I would be. It's because I was on vacation. I wanted to get stuff done during that. It's just it was a lot more, stuff going on there than I thought there would be, so I didn't have much time. And then last week I just got lazy. I'll be honest, I've been binging JoJo's right now, and that's really good. But anyway, today is my review of the high-grade Turn A Gundam, and oh boy, do I have a lot of things to say about this kit. So firstly, I don't really have any special attachments to this design. I do think it is pretty cool, but and it's very unique, and I like unique designs. But there's some stuff with this kit that doesn't make me like it. Now, granted, this thing is, I believe, like, as old as I am. I think it's from 2014. I was born in 2010, so, it's still a good couple years, but this thing is an older kit. The first thing that gives that away is the polycap amount. Normally polycaps are, like, this big, right? Like, they're not big. They're typically, pretty condensed down, but the sheet of polycaps was, like, this big, which is insane, because you do use a good bit of them too. Like, there's some unique polycaps in there, like the side skirts don't use the same hinge mechanism. They're a ball joint, and they're actually in white too. Now, the first thing I'll say about this kit, well, I'll just show. This thing cannot stay together. I'm just gonna pick up this shit. So, it is not a pleasant handling experience whatsoever. The polycaps are very, very, very weak. Come on. Sorry, yeah, this kit has some definite issues. I would say it is a plastic hand grenade in the truest of sense. Now, I didn't panel line this kit. I didn't even panel line the muzzle because there is no muzzle on this kit. But I did use all of the stickers because, I'm not against using stickers. I think it's perfectly fine too. Fuck. Son of... I'll be right back. Yeah, that's another problem I had with this kit. The thumb peg on my left hand broke on me, so it can still plug in, but it's just very sensitive now. But there's a lot of joint tolerance issues on this kit. Like, with mainly the legs, they're extremely loose because of the polycaps. I would say this is the first Alexa, stop. This is the first polycap build I have experienced that does not hold up at all. Because, like, I've built the entire Wing Gundam line, or at least the main 5 mobile suits and a couple of their upgraded forms. I have no issues with those at all. Again, it's just definitely due to the kit's age, I would say. But I really want a revive style kit of this, because I do love this design, and I will end up picking up the Master Grade because I've heard really good things about that. But for accessories, you get your two typical Gundam holding hands. You get 2 relaxed hands, which is really nice. You get 2 beam sabers, which this is a Master Grade style of holding hand where it has to plug in, but you still sandwich it like a high grade. So it's like a love child between that. You do get beam saber effects, 2 of them in that classic, like, strawberry red. You do get a rifle, and I'm actually having some trouble with these stickers right now because they keep picking up. But all that red right there are stickers. It's definitely the worst use of stickers on this kit, because everything else just looks fine. You do get a shield that has an alternate mode where you take these little bits right there and turn them flat down. That's for so this is what it looks like when it's on the arm, and when they're both flat down, that's when it's on the backpack, but I'll get to that. You get an extended stock for the gun, which you just take off this end, plug it out, put the other one on, which is color inaccurate, because on the box, this handle and that little circle of under the handle is gray. You get a missile section for the chest, and I don't remember what it is, but there's also a section on the back, which is just easy. You just pop out the one and put it in there. You do not get a cowl, which I've never seen turn a Gundam, but I've heard that that's pretty relevant. And you get 2 separate adapters for the backpack for holding everything. So, and the hands, it's your typical Gundam hands, which is a ball joint. But for the backpack, you take off these 2 things on the shoulders, technically, which is what holds the beam saber. And I'm just going to take these legs off because it's pissing me off. And then you plug them in the respective sides. Now, both of these, when plugged in, are still able to hold the beam sabers. Let me just plug that in. And plug that in. Now, as I said earlier, you're going to have to take those white pieces on the shield and fold them down. You're also going to have to fold down the handle on the gun. Or beam rifle. I don't know. You want to make sure it is in the right place for the gun, kind of like that, to clip on. And then the shield... Fuck! God damn. I am out of my element today. So put that back on. The shield is just a simple polycap peg. So, you know, gonna put that there. And then this is what it looks like with both of those on its back. It's not my favorite, but like I'll use it for holding on the gun on definitely, because since it's not one piece, you can interchange them. So what I like to do is, because I'll typically display it with like the shield, you know, being used, I'll have this gun adapter on, but keep the other one normal, which is my typical display, and it's bald. It's bald. That looks like shit. Yeah, and I know the quote-unquote Gundam mustache is a little controversial. I like it. I think it's very unique, because it still gives off a very similar silhouette to having the V-fin, which, speaking of comparisons to a classic Gundam, I have my high-grade Revive kit, which I need to get around to reviewing, with me on my desk today, and we'll do some comparisons. I'll just keep on the relaxed hands because they're not bitchy. But like, I'll go over stickers real quick. Those black lines on the arms, the little green bit, and the eyes are stickers. And then for the legs is on both sides. That red, that black, that triangle, and that circle. Those are all stickers. Oh, and you do get a unpainted core fighter, or crotch fighter. But, oh, one really cool thing is, I won't go too in-depth with the articulation, but the shoulders are very weird. But another cool thing is, you have a mid-shin joint to kind of get that extra curviness, which is really cool, because this is a very anatomical-looking Gundam. Not necessarily human anatomy, but it's very interesting, especially because you have those open back legs. And then what I was talking about earlier is the backs of the shoulders are built into the torso. Then there's a cup piece. It's like shoulder pads on a Marvel Legends figure. So, you know, it can move like that forward, and then, you know, have it out, and then there's a slight forward shoulder joint, but it doesn't really do anything. So, comparing it to the classic RX, so you can definitely see a big difference. I mean, I believe this is from I believe Turn A Gundam is from the 90s. So, you know. It's definitely unique, and I do like it. Now, as for, what the alternate, torso pieces look like, I will... Yeah, it's another thing. The beam sabers, they can't stand, like, at all. Like, they'll just fall over at the slightest inconvenience. Okay, make sure this is, correct. So this is what the, I believe, missile pods look like when deployed, which again, it's just a piece you pull out and swap out. Then the back, which I have... This kit is fighting me constantly, and it's pissing me off. Fuck. Okay, fuck you. This is what the back looks like, and yeah, I mean, it's a display worthy piece, and that's about it, really. I wouldn't recommend getting this kit unless you're a huge fan of the design, like I am. I just bought it because I think it looked cool on a whim. But, yeah, I'd give this kit a good 3 out of 10, honestly. Because, again, the loose everything, and it's just not overall... Like, the build is enjoyable, as with most high grades, they are. But the after product is not. It's very loose. It doesn't pose well because of that. Like, granted, it has very good articulation for high grade standards. It's just, it's so loose, I don't even want to pick it up. But if you're a super fan of Turn A Gundam, or just want a unique looking kit to be standing on your shelf, or you're like me and probably eventually going to collect all the main mobile suits, pick it up if you can get it for under $20, because it's not worth anything else. But yeah, this is a good 3 or 4 out of 10. Goodbye.